A young woman gasps for air as she hides beneath a grimy workbench. She can hear it, slow, deliberate footsteps crunching through dirt, the sound of something wet dragging across the floor. A massive, hulking figure steps into view, its yellow bear mask splattered with red. It's Winnie the Pooh, but not the cuddly bear you remember. This one carries a sledgehammer the size of a small car. He tilts his head, sniffs the air. He knows she's here. We open with a quick, unsettling animated prologue. Christopher Robin once befriended Pooh, Piglet, Eeyore, and the others as a child. He'd bring them food, keep them company. But as he grew up, his visits stopped. Harsh winters came, food ran out, and in a shocking moment, the starving animals turned feral. They devoured Eeyore just to survive. From that day on, they vowed, never trust humans again. The 100-acre wood became their hunting ground. Years later, Christopher Robin, now an adult, brings his fiancée Mary to the woods. He wants to introduce her to his childhood friends, but the place is a shell of what he remembers. Trees look dead, the cabin is filthy, and there's no sign of Pooh or Piglet at first. Then the couple discovers Mary's car keys missing. Something's watching them, and before they can escape, Piglet, a towering, tusked, boar-like creature, charges from the shadows, chains binding his wrists. Mary screams as Piglet strangles her with those chains. Christopher is helpless. Pooh steps out next, silent, massive, wearing that horrifying yellow mask. Christopher is dragged back into the woods. Pooh and Piglet don't just kill him, they want him to suffer. They tie him up in the old cabin, which now resembles a shrine of bones and carcasses. Christopher pleads, insisting he never meant to abandon them. But Pooh doesn't care. He only growls, a low, guttural sound that sends chills down your spine. Meanwhile, we meet Maria, a young woman recovering from a traumatic stalker incident. She and her friends Tina, Jess, Zoe, and Laura rent a remote house deep in the woods for a weekend getaway. It's meant to be relaxing, but as they drive, eerie wooden signs appear warning, at the cabin, the group settles in, but Maria can't shake the feeling they're being watched. Later that night, Zoe heads to the hot tub, scrolling her phone. She doesn't notice the large shadow standing just beyond the trees, Pooh, motionless. When Zoe hears a twig snap, she laughs it off, until Piglet's chain suddenly wraps around her throat. He pulls her into the woods as she claws at the ground. Her friends don't hear a thing. By morning, Zoe is gone. Tina decides to search outside. That's when she finds Zoe's phone, smashed and covered in blood. She backs up, trembling, when Piglet bursts from the trees. He's relentless. Tina sprints back toward the house, screaming, but Pooh is waiting at the door. The group barricades themselves inside. Maria calls the police, but the line is dead. Then they hear Christopher Robin's muffled voice from the forest. He's alive, but barely. Maria insists they have to help Christopher, but when they open the door, Piglet rams through, tossing one of the girls aside like a rag doll. Pooh follows, sledgehammer in hand. The house becomes a slaughterhouse. Jess hides under a bed as Pooh slowly scans the room, his mask inches from her face. Maria grabs a knife and stabs Piglet in the arm, giving them a chance to escape. But Piglet's enraged now. The survivors sprint through the forest, branches tearing at their clothes. Pooh and Piglet stalk them like predators, never rushing, always closing in. They stumble upon the decaying remains of other victims, their bodies left as warnings. Maria realizes these creatures are methodical. They've been doing this for years. Desperate, the group finds an abandoned garage filled with rusted tools and a dusty truck. But just as Jess gets the engine running, Pooh smashes through the windshield with his hammer and disappears into the dark. Maria and Christopher barricade themselves inside the barn. Every creak of wood, every shadow sends their hearts racing. They can hear Piglet's labored breathing outside. Pooh's footsteps grow louder. Christopher whispers, "They're going to kill us." Pooh's towering silhouette fills the frame. Then the barn doors explode inward. Maria tightens her grip on the axe.